the weekend.
I had a really great weekend. I didn't have anything to do on Saturday afternoon, so I went to the mall. I went into a department store to look around. They were having a contest. All you had to do was write answers to some easy questions about pop music and put your answers in a box. Then they pulled out 3 names for a prize. And guess what? Mine was the first name they pulled out. I couldn't believe it. And it's a terrific prize. A weekend for 2 in Las Vegas.
Saturday morning, I got a phone call from an old school friend. I haven't seen her for a long time. She was one of my closest friends in high school, but she moved to Los Angeles to work. She was in town for 4 days, so she invited me to a restaurant for lunch. We had such a pleasant time together. She was telling me about her job in Los Angeles. It sounds really interesting. She works for a movie company, and she has to find places where they can film movies. You know, places like restaurants, hotel lobbies, parks, and streets.
My brother and I wanted some exercise on Sunday, so we decided to go on a nature walk. There's a big park near the town where there are supposed to be wonderful wild birds and butterflies. We took a bus there and walked along a forest trail for about 4 hours. It was pretty tiring because it was a really hot day. The worst thing was, we never saw any wild birds or butterflies. I don't think we'll go there again.
I went to my friend's birthday party on Saturday night. I don't always enjoy going to birthday parties because you often have to play stupid games and things. Well, we did have to play all sorts of stupid games, but I really enjoyed myself. I guess it was because the people at the party were all interesting, and there was good music, too. Somebody brought along some dance music, and everyone had a great time dancing. I didn't get home until after 2 a.m.
City transportation.
I hate using taxis here. The drivers drive too fast and really dangerously, and they're often rude. The cars are mostly in pretty poor condition, but what I hate most is that they aren't air-conditioned. It's so hot here. They really need air-conditioned taxis. By the time I arrive somewhere, I feel really hot and uncomfortable.
I've taken quite a few taxi rides recently. I've never had any big problems using taxis here. They're usually clean, and the cars are pretty new. The prices are good, too. The thing I like most, though, is the drivers. They drive very carefully, and I think that's very important.
I find the taxis here are okay. They're pretty comfortable. Most of the cars they use are new, and they keep them really clean. They're a little expensive, though. I paid $50 to come from the airport. That is too expensive. I guess the thing I hate the most, though, is that the drivers don't speak English very well. It's very difficult to explain to them where you want to go.
The taxis here are okay, I guess. They're very cheap, so that's the thing I like most about them. It never costs more than a few dollars to go anywhere. But the taxis are all pretty old, so they're not very comfortable. Half of them don't have seatbelts or air conditioning.
Parties.
Hey, what a great party that was. There were lots of interesting people there, and some really cute guys. I met one really nice guy named Tony. I think he's going to call me next week. Anyway, the best thing was the music. Everyone danced a lot. I'm really glad we didn't have to play party games or sing stupid songs. The food was good, too. We ate outside, you know, barbecue style.
Peter's party was terrible. We had to play all sorts of stupid games, like memorizing everyone's name. 20 questions, I think. Then we watched a home video of Peter's vacation in Hawaii. Boring. Actually, I prefer parties where people just sit around and talk and eat, but we didn't eat till very late. The worst thing was, when we finally did eat, there wasn't enough food. I was still feeling hungry when I left.
I went to this party on Saturday night. When I arrived, I looked around and I didn't know anyone there, but everyone was really friendly, and soon I got to know a lot of people. I really enjoyed myself. I thought it was going to be a dance party, but no one really felt like dancing. We listened to some nice music, though. There were some guys from Spain there. One of them had a guitar and could play it really well. The best thing was, he taught us some neat Spanish songs. We all really enjoyed singing them.
I went to a school party on Friday. No one had really planned the party. That was the main problem. Also, I think we were all too tired after the exams. The worst thing was, no one brought any music. We just stood around talking and eating junk food. Someone said, "Let's play some party games," but no one wanted to play games. Everyone went home before 10:30.
Restaurants.
We went to Luigi's Italian restaurant last night. It was the first time I'd been there. It took us a long time to find it because it's not a very easy place to get to, actually. The restaurant was okay, I guess. It's small, and they really need some new furniture to make the place look nicer, though. The menu was great. It had lots of choices, and most of the dishes were pretty cheap. I had a terrific pizza. Everything was so cheap. Only $3 for a small pizza. Unfortunately, the service was very slow. I think they need to hire more staff. Our dinner took a really long time to come, so we didn't leave a very good tip when we left.
I tried that new Mexican restaurant last weekend. It's downtown, near the post office. What a great location. You can sit inside and watch everyone go by. It has very nice decor and lighting. The menu has some great choices, too. They have the usual Mexican food you find everywhere, and they also have some different dishes that I've never tried before. The food was really delicious, but you might need a credit card to eat there. It cost over $100 for the two of us, a lot more than I expected. I'll probably go there again, though. The server who waited on us was really nice and quick, too, so we thought she deserved a good tip.
I went to a Thai restaurant on Sunday. It's called Bangkok Restaurant. You have to drive for about half an hour to get there, and there's always a lot of traffic. That's the only trouble. It's a really nice place when you get there. Quiet music and lovely flowers everywhere. The menu is good with lots of choices. The food was very spicy, which is the way I like it. Fantastic desserts. It was really cheap, too. The server was very polite and took good care of us, so we left a big tip.
There's a new Chinese restaurant just 5 minutes from my house. It's a very simple place. A little boring inside, actually. Just a few tables in an empty room. They need to add more dishes to the menu, too. Right now, they serve only 4 or 5 things. But they're all delicious and very cheap. You can get a good meal there for around $5. All the people who work there were very friendly and helpful, so I left a good tip.